What's going on, everybody? I apologize for the delay. Welcome to episode 331 of Cocktails in the War Room. I am your host, Mistress Carrie. Welcome to the War Room, and thank you for joining me every Tuesday night at 8:30, or in tonight's case, 8:43. I apologize for that. What's up to Lisa and Sherry? Mr. Cole, you are very observant. Jessica and Betty Bish is here, and Tracy, Kim, and Keith. What's up, Joe and Dawn? I see a new pup. Yeah, you guys are very observant. There is a new edition of the War Room tonight. There's been a lot going on this week. And so I wanted to introduce you to, he's not the new member of the family. What's up, Doug Dave on Instagram? I'm going to one of your places tomorrow. There's been a lot going on with the family that I need to catch you guys up on. We didn't get together last Tuesday. Normally we get together here in the War Room every Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern. But last Tuesday was Veterans Day, and I was broadcasting from the American Heritage Museum. And so we did not get together for the War Room last week. So that's why I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. And there's been a lot going on. Guys, come here. Gordon, come here. Come on. So there's an extra dog in the War Room tonight, and the pug cam is going to be a little crowded. So if you're new to the War Room, let me introduce you to the individuals that knock the War Room off its tracks every single Tuesday. I'm talking about Friday and Wednesday. That's where you can find them on Instagram at Wednesday the Goth Pug. So one of the things we've been dealing with is that Wednesday has a little bit of a limp that we're trying to figure out. I don't know if it's the cold, I don't know if it's arthritis, but she's been a little limpy this week, so we've been trying to suss that out. And then Gordon, come here and say hi to everyone. Come here. And then this is Gordon. Very observant to the people that noticed there was a non-pug in the War Room tonight. So over the last week, you guys have met Annie Joan here in the War Room. You guys, she's in here all the time. She's actually in the War Room tonight, like right over there. So we have a family member that has been in the hospital this week, and it's been pretty serious, and the family's been really worried. And so Auntie Joan has been staying here at the house, and that meant that the other person that needed to be here in the War Room was not a person at all, but was in fact Gordon. So Gordon is a year-old cockapoo who is very energetic, which this house is not used to with two lazy-ass pugs. Friday has loved having a puppy companion because they're only like 6 months apart. Wednesday wants nothing to do with all of this excitement and just wants to lay in front of the wood stove. So this week there has been a lot going on. There's been a lot of family here. We've been spending a lot of time at the hospital. We got a little bit of good news today, but it's still like a pretty serious situation. And so the family has been spending a lot of time together, and there's been a lot more people around and a lot more dogs around. So I literally look like an insane person when I'm trying to walk all these dogs at the same time with the retractable leashes. The neighbors think I'm absolutely insane. So there's just an extra dog to walk, and there's just extra everything going on. And so the week has been a little bit nuts, which is why I have not been as active on social media. To the Backstage Pass holders, that's what's been going on. I have not even had time to update you guys as to what's been going on. Last night, I sat down on the couch. The dog sat on top of me, and I passed out on the couch for like 3.5 hours watching television because I was so exhausted. Mr. Cole says, hi, Annie Joan. Donna says, hi, Annie Joan. Annie Joan says, hello. Gordon is here, and gone, says Bish. He's very fast. He's getting used to the new harness that Auntie Carrie is making him wear because he's too quick. Like, I just go to like open the door and he bolts outside. I try to go down to MCHQ and he bolts right by me. He's super fast. And so I needed a way to kind of be able to grab him. So we got him a harness. He's getting used to it. But Bish says there's a cock in the War Room. A cockapoo, not a cock, you pervert. But yes, there is an addition to the War Room tonight. and a welcome addition. But right, Friday, you've liked having an extra friend around, haven't you? Because Wednesday doesn't want to play as much right now because she has a boo-boo. We're trying to figure out what's going on. She's not whimpering. She didn't hurt herself unless the dogs got super rough. This happened before pre-Gordon. If they were like roughhousing and Wednesday just, kind of twisted her leg a little bit, it's not broken. She's not whimpering. Her tail is curly, which for any pug owner is the barometer of happy to sad. Yeah, make yourself at home Friday. Yep, just go ahead, sit. There you go. You can just sit right. Yep, there you go. Just sit right there on the lap. But I don't know if it's all of a sudden the cold. I don't know if she's got a little arthritis because of the cold weather. But Wednesday's been running around and playing, but then you can tell that she gets kind of tired and starts limping around. She doesn't want to jump up on stuff as much. And so we're getting her to the doctor. So it's been a lot of injuries in the family. And there's just been a lot more excitement in the family this week than we're happy with, because we like good excitement, but this hasn't exactly been good excitement. So it's been a little overwhelming. So Donna says, sending your family lots of love. We appreciate it. Carol says, hi, Auntie. Mr. Voorhees is here. He says, hello, all. Let's see. Dan the Man on Instagram says, when did you start on WAF? I want to see when I started listening to you. My first day on the air full time was April 17th, 1998. But leading up to that, I did some shifts on the weekends for a few months before I started permanently at night in April of 98. So I was there for a while. Brett, he is house trained. He's been good like that. He has been playing with all of the pug toys, like every toy that even the pugs don't play with all that much. So I got to take pictures and show you guys. There's just toys like all around the house. There's ball chasing, there's wrestling, there's a lot. Bish says, could it be the ACL? I don't think so. It's her front paw. And when you work your way down her leg, like she doesn't whimper that something is hurting her. So I have a tendency to think that it's arthritic, but she's not even 8, and I've had pugs for 27 years, and I've never had one get arthritis that young. Tracy says, sending prayers and thoughts to your family. I appreciate that. Lou says, I'm probably going to regret this. Is a cockapoo, a cocker spaniel, and a poodle? Yes. So a cockapoo is one of those animals like a Portuguese water dog that the Obamas had because the Obama girls were allergic to dogs. A cockapoo is one of those dogs that is hypoallergenic. So if you have allergies, my mom had a cockapoo for years. Her name was Molly. And so if you have a dog allergy or a pet allergy, you are not allergic to a cockapoo or a Portuguese water dog, which is why Senator Kennedy bought the Portuguese water dog for the Obama girls, because he had them as well. And they allow you to have a dog with dog allergies because they don't have fur. They actually have hair. So they don't really shed. They shed like a human does, losing a strand of hair as opposed to just like fur everywhere. But you have to get them groomed because their hair grows. So they have to get haircuts. Lou says, cool. At least he is, at least there's not floof everywhere. Oh, trust me, there's pug floof everywhere. Sending prayers to you and your family, says Kelly. Thank you very much. Lou says, good to know. Now, these aren't the only hypoallergenic dogs. Hello, Wednesday. I was just talking about you and your, oh, here we go. Here's, everybody's up on the couch for the party now. I think you can go online and find a complete list of hypoallergenic dogs, but there are like a whole list of dogs that if you have dog allergies or pet allergies, hey, Friday. Hey, we're not getting into a fight on the couch here in the war room. Told you, it's been a little nutty around here. Hey, Everybody chill. Sheesh. Don't you be a shit stirrer. I know you're having fun playing with Gordon, but you don't get to take that out on your sister Friday. You're being fresh. So you knock it off. Come here, Wednesday. I told everybody that you were very limpy, and then you had a boo-boo. You're going to be okay. Right? Right? You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Friday, over here. There you go, Gordon. Say hi to everybody. Show everybody your new harness. Ooh, fancy. So it's a full house around here. Just, we just need like a set of like toddler triplets to just make it a little crazy. Maybe a fire truck, some fireworks. Come on, Friday. Oh, stop being, as my mother would say, a scoochad. Knock it off. Sit down. Good girl. Very good. Be nice to everybody. Everybody's watching. This gets recorded in HD and put up on YouTube. People will see what a bad dog you are. Do you want everybody to think you're a bad dog? I didn't think so. Right? Nobody wants to see you be a bad dog. They just want to see you be cute. Hear you snort in the microphone. Mr. Cole says, my son just got a sheep-a-poo puppy. Very cute. Is that a shepherd and a poodle? Like, what is a sheep-a-poo? I don't even know. Rachel says, all the floof. Doug Dave says, get a mini doodle. It's got hair. Got a mini doodle. It's got hair. His name is McNugget. He's 17 weeks old. Doug Dave. If you 20 years ago told me that you were going to have a mini doodle, we all would have made fun of you. But it's okay now because we're old. Hey, there's no pug wrestling happening on the couch tonight. Stop being fresh. Go over there. Leave your sister alone. Oh, my God. It's WWE triple threat match, says Bish. Exactly. Lisa says, what beautiful dogs. You totally, misbehaving dogs, but beautiful nonetheless. Lou says he's really nice. I just got to look into that. Yeah, there's plenty of dogs that you can find that are hypoallergenic. So if you have a dog allergy, you can still get a dog. Everybody should have a dog. Annette said, we had a beagle poo growing up. I don't even know what half these dogs are. Are you bummed out that you work from home and The Walking Dead is filming outside the office as well? So look, there are a lot of really good things about working from MCHQ every day. One of the bad things about working from MCHQ every day is that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not outside my window, which I would welcome at any time, including if he wanted to stalk outside MCHQ. You guys see what's going on right here? Hey! You guys don't need to play on the couch. Gordon's going to get involved, and then you guys are going to get too rough. See? Gordon, you be good. Hey, okay. Oh. Yeah, I am bummed that The Walking Dead is filming outside the radio station and I am in MCHQ. Yes, but I get to hang out with these guys all day, but I would welcome Jeffrey Dean Morgan coming to hang out with me, that's for sure. That would not suck in the least bit. Although I did see Mike Shue's video of them setting a dude on fire out the window, which was awesome. Sheep-a-doodle, says Mr. Cole. Sheepdog poodle cross. Interesting. Rachel said, I think you should go and try to be an extra on Walking Dead. I would freaking love that. That would be amazing. I think I would look great dead. I would keep the purple hair, though, if that were possible. I would still want to keep the purple hair. Hey! Will you see, the thing about Wednesday is that she starts the shit, but she's hurt. And so when she's had enough, she doesn't understand why the puppies haven't had enough. But this is what's been going on all week. Gordon, I know it looks like they're playing. It's okay, Gordon. Gordon's an only child. He's struggling with the whole multiple kids in the hierarchy thing because he's an only child. Annette says, that sounds floofy. Lisa says, I love dogs, but I can't have one because I'm never and wouldn't be here to take care of them, but to be able to take them out for their poop. Well, look, that's why I put the cam on for you. So you can just watch the dogs without actually having to have one or pay the vet bills. You can just watch mine. And you can follow them on Instagram as well. So Friday. Hey. And Gordon barks a lot, which we're not used to around here. He barks more than the pugs. Lou says, I saw Mike's video and it freaked me out. I didn't know about the filming. You just thought there was a guy that was set on fire walking around downtown Worcester? No, it's The Walking Dead. And they've been filming a lot. Like, they've been shutting down Main Street a lot, right outside of Joe's Albums, like right down the street from the Palladium. It's been happening a lot over like the last year. Wednesday, can you behave now? Huh? Can you just relax? Because you have a boo-boo? Yeah, I know. You're just going to sit there against the pillow? Gredanuple, Mr. Voorhees says, a cross between a Great Dane and a poodle. I can't even imagine what that would look like. You should look for Norman Reedus and see if we can get an update on the Boondock Saints 3. I would love to have Norman Reedus outside my bedroom window with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Both of them are totally welcome. Absolutely. I've loved Jeffrey Dean Morgan since Grey's Anatomy. I'm OG. Good girl, Wednesday. Good girl. Just relax. Let's see. Carol says, I watch my neighbor's dogs. They wait for me at the window. Wednesday looks so sweet and innocent. Tracy, don't let it fool you. The amount of tractor trailers around the area is crazy, taking up lots of street parking. Yeah, it's movies. When you go and see the production, like the behind the scenes production of any television show or movie, it gives you a greater appreciation about the number of people and the moving parts that are involved. Everything from the truck drivers and the police and security detail to all of the carpenters and the electricians and, you know, all of the stunt people, the actors, the extras, the camera people. It's just crazy. I know that like the Worcester Fire and Police Department love it because they get all of these great details and just get to kind of hang around and watch The Walking Dead. What I think is hilarious is that they just picked downtown Worcester. I don't know if they're using the sound stage over at Devon's, which a lot of movies that film in Boston use when they need to film indoor stuff because it keeps them from having to go to Atlanta or Los Angeles because there's a Hollywood grade sound stage at Devon's. But I think it's pretty hilarious that when you're watching these new spin-off shows of The Walking Dead and they're in the cities that you're actually looking at downtown Worcester, which I think is kind of awesome. All of this talk on mixed dogs, I think of Dumb and Dumber, bullshit and bulldog and a Shih Tzu. Mr. Voorhees says, we didn't have trouble going to Mechanics Hall a few nights ago. Did the filming finish? I think they're still filming. I just don't know if they're doing it in front of Mechanics Hall or not. They've been filming on other streets around the city. By the way, if you've never been to a function at Mechanics Hall, it is gorgeous in there. It is so freaking beautiful. It is right in downtown Worcester. They do all kinds of different concerts there and events. It is beautiful. Steven says, oh, cute pug. That's Wednesday. She's starting to fall asleep. You can follow her at Wednesday, the Goth Pug. Let me see. There you go. You get a little bit better of a look. I'll move her camera for her. That's where you can find her on Instagram. So Annette says it is cold AF, which is why I'm thinking that maybe that's what's making Wednesday so limpy, is that maybe she does have a touch of arthritis and the cold temperatures are just starting to bother her a little bit. It's great. Got the window open and the fan on, says Steven. Did you go to Mammoth at the House of Blues in Boston? No. The last week with everything that's been going on with the family has been a lot. And so I have not really done very much, just because we've been focusing on just the family and being at the hospital and being here and getting everybody together. And it's been really touch and go the last week. Today, there was some slight improvement. We're hopefully seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and we're just hoping it's not a train. So we're not out of the woods yet. And so we've really been laying low. I do have some stuff that I have to do this week. But no, I wanted to go to the Mammoth show with Miles Kennedy, but it just hasn't been the best week to be able to kind of do anything, because the family stuff has been kind of taking precedence over everything. Hey, your sister is laying nice. No. Hey, Friday, stop. Your sister is laying nicely. You're not just going to come up here and disrupt it all. Do you hear me? Huh? Can you just behave? Can you not be a puppy? If you want to be a puppy, go chase a tennis ball with Gordon. That's what he brought it in here. He's playing with not a full-size tennis ball. We have little dogs, so we have the little tennis balls that squeak when you squeeze them. Brendan says, I saw that Weird Al is coming to the Garden next year. Is it the Garden or is it Mohegan? He's going to be up at SNHU Arena. There's a whole Weird Al tour. It's crazy. Lou says, understandable. Hey, will you leave her alone? Friday, no. Do I have to hold on to you and keep you from stirring up trouble? Because I will. But it makes it hard to hit the buttons for the show. Eventually, people are going to get annoyed by the bad dog. They're going to get mad at the bad dog. Come here. Come sit on my lap where you won't cause trouble. There you go. Yeah, that way I can keep an eye on you. Celtics up 75-65, says Carol. Thank you very much for the update. All right, let's talk about some stuff, because there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about. A lot of tours got announced. I got some new merch I want to show you guys. I want to remind anybody that's watching that thinks I'm not back on the radio. That's not true. I'm on the radio all over the place, including middays at Charleston's Best Rock, 98 Rock in Charleston, South Carolina. There's a 98 Rock app, or you can even stream the station off the website at my98rock.com. You can also listen to me every weekday afternoon from 3 to 7 on 100 FM The Pike in Worcester, the site of The Walking Dead this week. You can stream the station at pikefm.com or download the free Pike app. I want to thank everybody that came out to the broadcast last Tuesday for Veterans Day at the American Heritage Museum. Put some pictures up there for you guys. You can also hear me every weekday afternoon from 3 to 7 on 106.3 The Bone in Portland, Maine. And if you're not in the greater Portland area, you can stream the station at 1063thebone.com or download the free Bone app. And you can also hear me every weekday morning on Laser 99.3 and 98.5 in Springfield, Mass. Mornings with Mistress Carrie, the 90s at 9. You can stream the station at laser993.com or download the free Laser app. So lots of places to hear me on the radio. Got to say what's up to Brett, who went to Tom Morello in full Mistress Carrie gear. And while we were broadcasting from the American Heritage Museum, Bish was running the Disabled American Veterans 5K and sent me that picture. Absolutely killing it. So way to go, Bish. That is fantastic. If you guys did not check out last week's podcast episode, we talked to drummer Jeff Plate, who's a member of Savatage, but also the drummer of the East Coast cast of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, who's going to be at the DCU Center on the 29th for a matinee show and a night show. He's been on the podcast before. He came back to talk about this new show, the Lost Christmas Eve Tour. Tickets are on sale for the 2 DCU Center shows. There's 2 at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, and there is also 2 shows at the Mohegan Sun Arena, all back to back to back. Mariah Formica from Plush is part of this cast. Also, Joel Hoekstra from Whitesnake is part of this cast as well. It's become part of the family tradition. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's amazing. You guys got to check it out. So that was last week's podcast episode. This week's podcast episode is Corey Bolio from Trivium, who's originally from Maine. So we spent a lot of time talking about the New England metal scene and him driving down to Worcester to go to shows at the Palladium and what it's like to be a New England band member when you come through New England, and then all of your masshole family members and New England family members want tickets, and also New England sports stuff, among other things, including a pretty long discussion about what happened with Trivium when they got on the Ozfest. We talked a lot about Ozzy Osbourne, a lot about the Ozfest bump and what that meant to up-and-coming bands when you got the nod from Ozzy and the Osbourne family to go on the Ozfest. So this is a great episode. If you have not subscribed to the podcast yet, new full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. So this episode goes live at midnight tonight. If you subscribe to the podcast, you get the new episodes every Wednesday, plus you get the sit rep. The Situation Report is rock news, music headlines, entertainment updates. You get it Monday through Friday. It's around 5 minutes long, but there's also a minute-long version on Laser 99.3 all day long, and also a minute-long version on 106.3 The Bone all day long as well. So if you have not yet subscribed to the podcast, it's pretty easy. It's available everywhere you get your podcasts. If you have a favorite podcast app, the Mistress Carrie podcast is there. Just search Mistress Carrie. You'll see that. You'll know you're in the right spot. All the audio episodes are up on YouTube. You can listen to your favorite episodes at mistresscarrie.com. That's the easiest way. Just go to the website, find the episode you want to listen to, click play, and it's also part of the Pantheon Podcast Network. And podcast locations, still, it's been like a year now. We've been holding strong at 149 countries, which I really wanted to get to 150. We're just not there yet. But we're holding out hope that someday we are going to get to 150 episodes. Brett Feldman said Tom Morello was awesome last night. Brendan says it's the Garden because the Garden did share the event. Well, there's multiple dates. That's what I'm saying. Weird Al is playing up in Bangor, Maine, I think. I think he's got a show at the SNHU Arena. I thought he was going to be down at Mohegan. Like his tour is huge for next year. If you're celebrating your birthday today, you're sharing it with Johnny Christ from Avenged Sevenfold, St. Elmo's Fire writer John Parr. By the way, they're working on a script of a follow-up to St. Elmo's Fire, and all the cast members want to come back, the Brat Pack. Kirk Hammett from Metallica, celebrating his birthday. Cindy Blackman Santana, who was the longtime drummer for Lenny Kravitz. Then she married Carlos Santana, so now she plays drums for Carlos Santana. Also, Rudy Sarzo and Herman Rarebell from the Scorpions are all celebrating their birthday today as well. So lots of music stories to talk about over the last week. In case you did not see the video that David Coverdale put up on the Whitesnake YouTube channel. At 74 years old, David Coverdale has announced that he has retired from touring. He referenced his hair. He said the lion's mane wig has been retired, so his hair is a little shorter. He's letting it go gray. He said that he thinks it's time to turn in his skin-tight pants and his platform shoes and enjoy his retirement. And he thanked the fans for everything, saying that he loves you all and that he hopes you understand that at 74 years old, he wants to be able to enjoy everything that he has accomplished in his life. You can watch the video. He put up a whole compilation video for the song Fare Thee Well with just tons of video and pictures of his whole career. And of course, David Coverdale got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Deep Purple. Whether or not he'll ever get inducted into as Whitesnake, he should, by the way. We don't know, but he's already in the Rock Hall at least once. New Shinedown came out today. The band said that this was going to be a song unlike anything they ever released. The video came out at noontime today. The single is called Searchlight. They debuted it at the Grand Ole Opry a few weeks ago, and Eric Bass is playing the banjo, which Brent Smith from Shinedown, when I had him before the Dance Kid Dance Tour started, did not even hint in the slightest bit that there was going to be banjo on the new Shinedown song. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it came out today. They announced on Disney Plus that the Beatles anthology is being put on Disney Plus for the first time. They added a 9th episode, and they're going to stream the 26th, 27th, and 28th of this month. 3 new episodes each night, 9 episodes total, leading up to the re-release of the remastered Beatles anthology. So you'll have that to binge around Thanksgiving, and also the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Keep your eyes out on Thanksgiving morning for Taylor Momsen from the Pretty Reckless, who just released that Taylor Momsen's Pretty Reckless Christmas EP. And also the guys from Foreigner are going to be on the Stranger Things float. So there's going to be a lot of rock music on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And did you guys have a chance to check out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction? It streamed live last Saturday night on Disney Plus, and then it went away for a couple days, and then they put it back up in its entirety, and you can stream. It's like 4.5 hours long. Annette says, love David Coverdale. Sean P. Curtis says, hey, Carrie, what's this Motley coming back again? Sean, we're going to talk about that in a couple minutes. Saw the Opry performance, says Rachel. They were amazing. Carol says, very cool. Hold on. Keith says, someone please go on vacation to Africa. I know, we need to get that 150th country. Hey, what are you guys doing? Gordon, are you causing trouble? These are the tennis balls I was talking about. You want to go get it? Go get it. There they go. Yeah, the tennis balls. Let's see. Eric says, sorry I'm late, guys. Don't worry about it, Eric. I was late. Blame Gordon. Did I just call him Norman? I feel like I just called him Norman for some reason. Gordon, did I just call you Norman? I apologize. Did you got a tennis ball? Hold on, let me turn the pug cam on so you can see what is going on up here. There's been a lot of Friday and Gordon running around together while Wednesday just observes. It's a lot of puppiness. Gordon's a little over a year old, and Friday's like a year and a half old. So Wednesday wants nothing to do with all of this puppy energy. She has had enough. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony was really great. Jack White did not perform. Meg White did not show up to accept the honor. Iggy Pop inducted them. 21 Pilots played Icky Thump in tribute to Jack White, who was there with his family. He just decided not to perform, but he gave a speech and said that Meg White checked the punctuation on the speech so that she was involved. She just was not there. There was the All-Star Jam in tribute to Sly and the Family Stone that had Beck and Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. There was the All-Star Jam in honor of Bad Company that had Joe Perry and Chris Robinson. There was the Soundgarden induction that featured Brandi Carlile and Taylor Momsen and Jerry Cantrell and Nancy Wilson and Mike McCready from Pearl Jam. Toni Cornell, who is the youngest daughter of Chris Cornell, sang with Nancy Wilson from Heart. So it was a really great induction ceremony. Chubby Checker got inducted. The Joe Cocker, Little Help from My Friends, was like the last big performance of the night. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's still streaming on Disney Plus. Keith says, did I miss my unbirthday? Keith, you did. Happy unbirthday, Keith. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on with the dogs. I forgot the unbirthday, Keith. I apologize. All right, so I don't know what the Weird Al date at the Garden is. There were so many concerts that got announced over the last couple of days that literally getting all of these concert updates like, hey, come here. Gordon, your harness is screwed up. Come here. There we go. Gordon's harness was all messed up, and Friday's jumping all over him. It's a freaking disaster over here. But the Garden is adding shows all the time. There's so much going on right now. You guys will see that the concert listings are starting to get, there you go, Gordon. Even the outdoor shows are starting to get announced for like next August, which is just crazy. So I need to add the Weird Al date for the TD Garden. If somebody can put the TD Garden date up in the comments. I just didn't get it up on the screen here. Shows at the DCU Center. Journey got announced. The Final Frontier, that's going to be June 6th. Those tickets are already on sale with Bring Me the Horizon. It's going to be there in May. And we were already talking about the Trans-Siberian Orchestra at the end of this month. What's going on back here? Are you guys behaving? Yeah, are you just playing with the tennis ball? Nothing new at Big Night Live yet, but we know that shows are coming. The Xfinity Center has started the outdoor shows. I told you this was not going to be empty for long. Hardy announced June 26th. Train announced July 25th. Motley Crue is going back out on the road. They announced a bunch of dates, including up in Bangor, Maine. There's a date at the SNHU Arena in Manchester. There's this date at the Xfinity Center with Tesla and Extreme, August 1st. The entire Motley Crue tour goes on sale this Friday, November 21st. It's the 20th anniversary of like the Carnival of Souls and the 45th anniversary of Motley Crue. So they're going back out on the road. They said Nikki Sixx was talking about retiring from touring. Then they announced this massive tour. I think going out with Tesla and Extreme is a really good bill, though. And Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner announced that they're going to be at the Xfinity Center August 22nd. Those tickets also go on sale this Friday, and I'm giving these tickets away all week long on 100 FM The Pike if you want to try to win them before you can buy them. Sean says, I also hear Chris Angel is doing a show in Vegas with Alice Cooper. That is true, and they just added more shows to that. Actually, I asked Alice Cooper about doing a Vegas residency when I had him on the podcast like 3 years ago, and he talked about what he would want to do, including lock people in and control all of the senses so that like have like jump scares in the seats and have like people sneaking up and touching you. So if you go to that show to see Alice Cooper and Chris Angel in Vegas, just prepare yourself because Alice Cooper has got plans. Weird Al at the TD Garden on July 14th. Thank you very much. No, wait. Mr. Cole says the Garden on the 14th. Bish says Weird Al at the Garden on the 18th. See? Somebody's wrong. You know how hard it is? It's up on the website, on the concert calendar. It's hard to keep track of all of these shows, especially when they're doing like 3 or 4 dates in New England, because there's just shows everywhere. Oh. Gordon just jumped over a lot of stuff. Let's see. Lou wants to know, why is Motley Crue going out on the road? I don't know. Rachel says, Tesla and Def Leppard back in 2006 was my first concert that I bought my own tickets for. Oh my God, Motley, Tesla, and Extreme, says Annette. Yes, the tickets go on sale Friday morning. Mr. Cole says it's the 18th. Leader Bank Pavilion shows. So far, we have only got Youngblood on June 9th. Youngblood just announced he's canceled the rest of his tour dates for the rest of this year because of some medical issues. He's just exhausted. And he said, don't worry about next year's tour dates, that he is going to do all of those dates. He did back out of opening up for Limp Bizkit in South America starting at the end of this month, but he needs to rest. And the Aerosmith Youngblood EP comes out this Friday. So there's a lot going on. Nothing scheduled for Fenway Park for next year yet, but we do know that big announcements are coming. So you just got to keep your ear on the radio and keep your eyes on the concert calendar at mistresscarrie.com because we do have tons of announcements that are going to be coming about shows. Next year is going to be insane for concerts. The Palladium has got a Atreyu on the 23rd of this month, Highly Suspect on June 6th, and there are a lot of shows that are about to get announced for the Palladium as well. Roadrunner in Boston has got Portugal the Man at the end of the month on the 29th. Also, the MGM Music Hall at... Hey, guys, what? Friday. Come here. Friday. Come here, Gordon. Come here. Hey, come here. Let me fix your... Gordon. Gordon's harness. He likes to try to get out of it. Portugal the Man at Roadrunner on the 29th. Come on. Friday. Oh, you are a pill. She is so wound up now that she has an energetic dog to play with. Oh, it's like this all the time. Do you guys see this? Do you see this? Just craziness. All right, MGM Music Hall at Fenway, Sabaton and Pop Evil in March. The Dropkick Murphys have got all of their shows, including the charity matinee. Black Label Society with Zach Sabbath, and Dark Chapel too. Dario Lorino, who is on the podcast, that's his band. He's playing double duty because he's doing Dark Chapel and then Black Label. Zach is doing double duty because he's doing Zach Sabbath and Black Label. That is April 4th at MGM. Lamb of God just announced they are going to be at MGM on the 25th. Those tickets go on sale this Friday. Real Weird Al at Tanglewood also. He's literally everywhere. Pussifer, I just picked up Maynard's biography, says Hillary on Instagram. Rachel says Youngblood would be a dream. Eric says, Carrie, I'm in my house. We had a conversation. If Rob Zombie was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, who would perform the tribute? I said Falling in Reverse, Amy Lee, Joan Jett, and Lady Gaga. And I pissed off about 20 people with that. Well, first of all, the artist getting inducted has the right to perform themselves. So they're allowed to do that. I mean, the guys from Soundgarden played. They just needed vocalists because Chris Cornell wasn't there to do it. So if Rob Zombie got inducted, what would stop Rob Zombie from doing it? But I think that there are a lot of artists, if they like bringing in younger artists that were influenced by the inductee as kind of a way to show the passing of the torch of rock and roll kind of thing. And so I think, there's a little bit of that. I would think that Lady Gaga would have been more influenced by, say, Kiss and maybe Alice Cooper than Rob Zombie. But yeah, there's some Zombie and maybe a little Marilyn Manson in there too. Like any band that really kind of even a metal band like Iron Maiden with all the sets and the inflatables and stuff, it's all part of all of that stuff. And she's a metalhead, Lady Gaga. So, and Joan Jett, I think that out of all of the ones you listed would probably be the furthest stretch. But Falling in Reverse, Amy Lee, by the way, there's big announcements about Evanescence coming, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. Even Avatar, we're talking about influence of Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper and Ghost and all of these other artists. Avatar is going to be at the House of Blues on the 26th. Nothing More will be there in February. The Dropkicks, they're going to be there on St. Patrick's Day at the House of Blues. Hives on the 20th of March. Alter Bridge Filter and Tim Montana May 10th. Wolf Mother announced for June 21st at the House of Blues. Hey. Gordon will bite you. And you have big, giant, expensive eyeballs if you hurt them Friday. I don't want to take you to the vet because somebody bit your eyeball by accident because they're such big eyeballs. So stop stirring shit and picking fights. Knock it off. Sit down. Behave. I know you have energy and you're a puppy. Gordon. Come on, you two. Go chase the ball. Hey, Carrie, Wednesday, Friday. Happy birthday to me today. 51. Happy birthday, Ralph. Going to Avatar and TSO as birthday presents. That is a good birthday present to yourself. Eric says Gaga worked with Manson. Yeah, see, there you go. Just got screamed. Hey, my Becca, just want to say, oh, fuck, Dad is pissed at me, says Eric. All right, so more listings for the Paradise coming soon. City Winery, Luke Spiller is going to be there this week from the Struts, and the Del Fuegos are going to be there next month. Suffolk Downs, the stage at Suffolk Downs that's been newly refurbished. They did like 4 or 5 rock shows there this past summer. We don't have anything listed for 2026 yet, but we do know that shows are coming for the stage. So let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Are you playing with the ball? Go get it. New releases. out on Friday include Aerosmith and Youngblood. There is also the new Alison Krauss. Creed's Best of the CDs and vinyl comes out on Friday. Leah Rising from Danko Jones comes out. The new Danko Jones, who is great. The Descendants releasing I Don't Want to Grow Up, the reissue. Also, hold on, let me make that a little bigger. The Doors live at the Aquarius Theater, the first performance. Dream Theater releasing a couple of things, including the studio albums 92 to 2016, and also Dream Theater Volume 3. Guns N' Roses. Hey! Fuck, that hurt. Hey, all right, you two. Knock it off. Stop it. That hurt. Guns N' Roses releasing the Live Era 87 and 93 reissue. Kiss Alive, the 50th anniversary edition. Korn, See You on the Other Side, vinyl reissue. The Smashing Pumpkins celebrating the 30th anniversary of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. And Stryper, The Greatest Gift of All. So all of this stuff is coming out this Friday. All right, mail call. I get to evict the dogs. Come on, out of the way. I had a big box coming through. Get out of the way. This isn't for you. Gordon, get. So, all right. It says, hey, Carrie, quick note to say hi and send you a couple things. First, found these cocktail books at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Obviously needed to add them to your bartending collection. Second, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stole your Devil Horns logo, which that's pretty cool with the silver foil. This is just like a journal, which is very cool. The bartending books I have here. Sip Me Baby One More Time. Cocktails inspired by pop music's iconic women. Hilarious. And then there is also this one, which is Booze and Vinyl. The ultimate listening party guide, Booze and Vinyl, shows you how to set the mood for 70 great records from the 1950s through the 2000s, organized by mood, from rock to chill, dance to seduce. Each entry features liner notes that underscore the album's musical highlights and complimentary side A and side B cocktail recipes. Among the pairings, Sticky Fingers, Tequila Sunrise, Born to Run, New Jersey Cocktail, Thriller, Zombie Number 2, Like a Virgin, Between the Sheets, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Airmail, The Joshua Tree, Desert Derby. So that is very cool. We're going to have to try some of those. And then there's this book, which is Booze and Vinyl 2. There's a sequel. So we got some cocktail recipes to get through. It also says, Tim bought you the tumbler. He bought me one too, which is in this box. Which is totally badass. Mistress C. Then it says, the Dunk's fishes are good. You could crush them to rim a martini glass or buy a couple more bags to make a cheesecake crust or a pumpkin pie crust. Dunkin' pumpkin spice goldfish grams. Or I could just eat them. Can I just eat them? Hello, Wednesday. Back for mail call. Oh, they smell really good. I haven't even seen these. Have you guys seen these yet? Pumpkin spice grams. Oh, yeah. You don't want to eat these all year in the fall? Oh, yeah. These are good. Where the hell do you get these? At Dunk's? You order them online? All right, get them away from me before I eat the whole bag while we're hanging out. More stickers for your desk, she says. Right here. In a keychain. In a little Ziploc baggie. Hold on. So the keychain is very cool from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I went to back in the mid-90s and have not been there since. But some really cool stickers to stick in MCHQ. A little Tina Turner action. The Go-Go's. Rockstar stickers. This one is very cool. Look at that one. And then with the crossed flying V's. Those are really cool stickers. All right. And then it says, the shirt goes with all the Bon Jovi pics that she emailed. So Melissa sent me like the entire Bon Jovi exhibit from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And the Bon Jovi 40th. I didn't know bands sold band exclusive merchandise from the Rock Hall, which is very cool. And then it says, love Melissa, Tim, Opal, and Pearl. So there's the bag from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's the exhibit guide, which is very cool. Kind of gives you the map inside of all of the different stuff. The garage level, the Hall of Fame. Then there's the Foster Theater. Pink Floyd's The Actual Wall is in there. The Legends exhibit. And then the featured exhibit right now is the Bon Jovi Forever, celebrating 40 years of the 2018 inductees. So that is very cool. Thank you, Melissa. It's like a treasure trove of stuff. But she sent me all these pictures of the Bon Jovi exhibit, which is awesome. So I need to go. I haven't been to Cleveland in a while, but every time I've been to Cleveland, I've had an absolute blast. Hold on, you need to see what's going on. Are you back? You just wanted to come and hang out? Try to avoid all the craziness? She's jumping up on the couch fine. She's a little more clingy than normal. She's definitely better today than she's been, but Carol says Market Basket. The goldfish from these are from Market Basket? These are good. No, girls, you can't have those. Annette says, I've been afraid to get them. I've seen them in the grocery store. Annette, they're good. There's a little powder on your fingers, so you got to eat them with a paper towel. But they're very graham cracker, like fall pumpkin spicy. So they would make a really cute, like if you were going to make some kind of like fall, like drink. If you were going to drink it right away, you could like float some little fishies on top. That would be very cool. Jessica says, was John Bon Jovi ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, they got in 2018. That's why they have a big exhibit there right now because the band is celebrating its 40th anniversary. And so they're highlighting them at the Rock Hall. So Carol says, I found mine there. So there you go. So that's mail call. Melissa, thank you. That's above and beyond. I can't wait to stick the stickers all over MCHQ, which is very cool. I have been so excited to show you guys this new stuff in the online Mistress Carrie store. I've been telling you that new stuff was coming. You know about the reflective beanies already. You know about the new stickers. These are not to scale. These are big. These are like small helmet stickers. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. So Plugins is the company, and they make something called the Jack Rack. Now, they told me that I'm the first radio DJ to get a Jack Rack, which I think is really cool. So bands have them made. And basically what this is, I'm going to show it to you right now. When you get it, it comes boxed in the Jack Rack box. Hang your keys like a rock star. So basically what it is it looks like an amp. And this grill is customizable. So the grills come off. So see, it's got the skull. It's perforated like an amp. And this is a magnetic strip. So once you get the actual like jack rack, that's what this is called. These are, you can swap them out, and a ton of bands make these. And so if you get this off the website, which is available right now, you get the grill, you get the jack rack, and then you get 4 of these keychains. And they say it's a guitar plug, but I'm going to say that it also looks like a headphone jack because of the headphones. But it basically is 4 separate keychains, and you hang this on the wall. It opens in the back. It comes with mounting hardware, and when you order these, all the keychains are in the back to make it easier to pack up. But you can hang 4 separate keys. So if you got one for, say, work or whatever, and you had family keys, and then you hang it on the wall, and then you always know where your keys are because they plug in. So these are now available on the website as of today. You can check them out. It's very cool. A lot of bands have them. They put band artwork in them. And once you get the actual jack rack, you can at any time, if you get sick of me, just pull my grill off and you can order a band's grill. Or if you want to swap out my keychains for like some of your favorite band keychains, they're all customizable. But there's a ton of different band jack racks. But I just thought it was really cool. But they told me that I was the first radio DJ to get one, which is pretty badass. So these are available on the website. What is also available on the website is if you just want to buy a keychain, you can do that as like a cute little stocking stuffer. So just the solo keychains and then the jack racks are up at mistresscarrie.com in the online shop. And they come shrink wrapped and packed up in a box like this. I should have done an unboxing video, but I ripped it open so fast because you guys know how I am. But it comes shrink wrapped in this box that's all displayed. It shows you what's inside. It shows you how to mount it. So if you want to buy it as a gift, it's pretty easy to wrap. And they're starting to ship out almost immediately. So Bish says, hey, Carrie, thanks for showing the pic earlier. Absolutely, dude. We're super proud of you for doing that stuff. Jessica says, that is so awesome. So Lou says, sick of you as if. No, but I think it's a really cool little kind of thing. And a lot of bands are licensing their logos and album artwork to it. And because it's customizable, I went with the all black jack rack, but they come in blue, pink, and red. But I just decided to do all of mine in black. But you can go on the plugins website, which by the way is thejackrack.com. And you can kind of get your favorite band one, or you can, now mine is not available on the jackrack.com. The only place to get mine is at mistresscarrie.com. But pretty cool stocking stuffer thing for Christmas. Or if you just want the little keychain, the keychain is available, sold separately as well. So, I was super excited. The Backstage Pass holders have been helping me along the way with the designs. I think eventually I'm going to end up releasing a few different grills, which the grills are like $7 or $8 to just swap them out. The expense is buying the whole set at once, but then once you get it, you can kind of swap pieces in and out. So you could get like an Alice Cooper keychain, or like there's just so many different bands that have jack racks now that, you can kind of keep the family keys separated based on what, keychain they have or whatever. Nice rack, says Mr. Cole. Thank you. Christine says, hey, Carrie, forgot it was Tuesday on YouTube. All good. I think the red with the purple would be fire, says Annette. I just wanted to try it with the black just because I just thought the black would be cooler, but there are different jack racks that you can get. So there you go. So they're available online in the online shop at mistresscarrie.com. And Backstage Pass holders, I sent you guys some merch discount codes today so that you, through Cyber Monday, can get a deal on the Jack Rack set or on the keychains and get them at a discount because you have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass. We did our last Backstage live stream. We did it on Zoom so we could all talk to each other on November 2nd, which means we're going to be due for another one by the end of this month after Thanksgiving. We do it once a month. We get together and I work through ideas with you guys. You're like my focus group in a way. So if you get a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass on Patreon, you get access to the monthly live streams. You find out who's going to be on the podcast before anybody else, so you can submit questions. You get travel blog updates, access to event information and tickets early, concert ticket giveaways, and there's going to be a lot of concert ticket giveaways in the new year. And then, of course, the merch discount codes. Let's see. Just got a new Pearl Rich made 10-piece double bass drum set. My neighbors will really love me now. Well, Ralph, it's your birthday. I'm glad you hooked yourself up. Let's see. Eric says, did you see Jack talk about his dad, Ozzy, on the BBC on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? I haven't seen all of it. He said he was like a last-minute entry into the cast of the show this year, but he's been spending a lot of time. The Osbournes even went on the podcast this week, spent a lot of time talking about Ozzy. They even said that he got hospitalized a couple weeks before the final Black Sabbath show, and that security was super tight at the hospital, and that this guy kept showing up asking to see John Osbourne, and they thought he was a reporter, so they were harassing him. Security was at the hospital and giving him a hard time. Come to find out there was another, it says John Osbourne is Ozzy's name. Come to find out there was another John Osbourne at the hospital, and his brother had been trying to get in to see him in the hospital, and they thought he was a reporter trying to sneak into Ozzy's hospital room. So the family apologized. And Sharon Osbourne said, I felt really bad. So, I thought that was kind of funny. So if you don't have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, you can get it at patreon.com or just go to mistresscarrie.com and click the Patreon logo. And a reminder of all the different places that you can find me online, all the socials and all the radio station apps and streams to listen to me every weekday on the radio. And one final thing, a lot of people heard me talking on Veterans Day about the Veterans Rock group on Facebook, which I believe has now surpassed 5,000 members of the Veterans Rock group on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, if you're watching me on Facebook right now, search Mistress Carrie Veterans Rock. It is a public group for the sole purpose of supporting our veterans, of organizing resources, of promoting volunteer efforts, nonprofits, promoting organizations that are looking to hire veterans, promoting veteran-owned businesses. So if you're not a member yet, if you've got a veteran in the family, if you're a veteran yourself, or if you just want to support the veterans community, the Veterans Rock group on Facebook is open to everybody. Don't go there and post music. It is only for veterans-related stuff. And that's it, guys. I've got a sleepy pug over here. You want to say bye, Wednesday? You want to say goodnight to everyone? Huh? I know your sister and Gordon are running around being psychopaths. So here she comes. See, I called you guys a psychopath, and then look at what happened. Everybody showed up. Hold on, let me turn the pug cam on. Nope, now they're gone. There you go, Wednesday. But you can sit on the pug cam and say goodbye to everybody. Right? Right? You're a very good girl. Oh, here they come. Oh, boy. It's been a little crazy around here this week, as you guys can tell. Lou says, good night, everybody. Sherry says, good night, family. So there you go, guys. I will see you guys next week. If anybody knows Jeffrey Dean Morgan and they want to send him to MCHQ, that would be fine with me. If you want to do that, that would be cool. We are going to do the War Room next Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I know that it's a crazy kind of food prep day, but we are going to be in the war room next week. And don't forget, episode 285 of the podcast goes live at midnight tonight with Corey Bolio from Trivium. So that goes live at midnight tonight. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Say goodnight, Wednesday. Good night, Gordon. And Friday. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here's all the barking starts. The show's going off the rails. Told ya. Good night, guys.